You're live.
Who's thinking of excellent?
Thank you.
What's that? Al?
Okay. Welcome everyone to our meeting for May 7th. Start off with Services Committee.
Good evening, everybody. We will open up Health Services Committee meeting at 6:05 this evening. 5 resolutions. First one, authorizing agreement, Greene County Mental Health Center with Durham Central School District.
Sure.
Handle. What was the first one?
Over.
Hobart.
Randall.
To Randall. Mine time.
Sorry.
Authorizing agreement, Greene County Mental Health with Wyndham Ashland Jewett Central School District.
Hobart.
Hobart, Handle. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Authorizing agreement, Greene County Public Health Department and SUNY Albany.
Here.
Here.
Davis.
Connell and Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. That's carried. Authorizing purchase of narcotics analyzer, Greene County Public Health Department and Greene County Sheriff's Office.
Hobart.
I didn't get any of that.
Ready? Arnold.
O'Connell moved it.
Connell.
Sure, second again.
Sure.
Handle. Handle.
Handle too, okay. Or we move on to. Committee.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Budget amendment, Greene County Public Health, Greene County Family Planning, and Greene County Early Intervention. Handle.
Arnold.
O'Connell. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Is there anything else to come before Health Services?
I would just like to thank the sheriff, Laura, mental health, who else was at our veteran services? We got our community day on Saturday. And a lot of different county programs within a lot of different departments, so thank you for attending to that. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
I just wanted to announce that we're having this like a youth fair for children and families. Breakfast for children with and families with special needs, but any children are welcome. We have over 20-some vendors. It's going to be at the Castle Point on the last Saturday of this month. I invite you to come. Yeah, a lot of processing. You're all invited.
Thanks, Laura.
This is the first year you're doing that, right, Laura?
Forever. Yeah.
Awesome.
May 31st.
Anything else?
Motion closed.
Hobart? O'Connell? You're closed.
He didn't say anything.
Woke up.
It's a good teacher.
Took a page out of Charlie's book right there. Ooh. He had a good teacher. Yeah, I'm a kid straight for it.
Oh,
He's
boy.
done a lot.
Awesome.
Like to point out that Jay moved his seat. I really appreciate that.
That's not Harry, bro.
No, it's not Harry. You should do that for him. Needed the power.
Move to move the guest right out of the way.
There.
Just Uber it. Bring the desk to the chair.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to call County Resource Order at 6:10. We have a one action item this evening, but before we do that, we have some people from the college here to their imagine the upcoming budget and any events that are going on. I know you have a commencement this weekend, so the floor is yours.
So good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm in the waning days of my tenure at Columbia Greene, retiring on June 30th. So I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce my two amazing colleagues on the executive leadership team, Provost Victoria Walsh and Vice President Amanda Bishop. And we want to just let you in on a couple of things that are going on with respect to budget. with Vice President Bishop to handle that. Yes, commencement is Saturday. We're delighted to say that our keynote speaker is Josh Sager, who's an alumnus of the college. He is the CFO of the SUNY system. So we're delighted to welcome him. We have a new Center for Innovation, Teaching and Learning that opened up in the fall that is absolutely bringing new energy to the campus. So we have a lot of different things going on. Very, very excited about the future for Columbia Greene. And I've enjoyed working with you all for the past 6 years. And thank you so much for your support. You have no idea what that $100,000 a year means to our students in Greene County. So deeply, deeply appreciate it. With that.
Hi, as President Drummer stated, I'm Vice President Bishop. This year during our budget season, we're going into what's called an austerity budget for the year. We went through an institutional sustainability plan that was passed by the board in June of 2024. Really working on the values of fiscal stability for the college, along with retention and improvement, and really aligning our non-credit programs with our core credit programs, and really taking a holistic look at our programs in general to know what we need for the future and getting into the adult market more in a broader sense than what we are right now. So as we go into that austerity budget for this year, we're going to look at a couple different things as well. As you've seen our budget for other years, we've always plugged our budget with our fund balance. We're going to try to minimize that as much as possible so that we can basically keep pretty level playing field in our fund balance during the year, and we're not going to keep dipping into that so that we're going into the next year doing the same thing again. As you saw with the prison education program that we have going on, and as what happened with the prisons this year, we almost were in a boat where we were going to lose about $1 million. Prison shut down for programming. So we really wanted to take a holistic look at that. So we're actually not going to include that in our revenue stream either, because unfortunately with that, since it's such a volatile kickback rate on that. So we're going to take that on to the tune of $105,000. And we're really looking at diversifying our revenue portfolio just among enrollment, because you can't rely on enrollment alone to keep the college going. So we're going to look at other avenues. We took a hard look at our facilities plan, and what we were charging for facilities used to be about $185 for you to use a facility at the college, which was hasn't been changed since 2010. So we really looked at that as well, and actually looked at our rates and decided to actually get more in line with what was going on with the SUNY institutions around us and what they charge for facilities, and based our rates off of that. We are not going to be doing a tuition increase to our students this year because we did that last year. So what we're looking at now is we're actually looking at the fee structures that we have for certain textbooks, certain classes, certain materials that are needed, especially for our nursing program, and really realigning that to what the SUNY standards are now and the prices are with our community colleges around us, because we noticed that those fees hadn't been structured either in a very long time. So very positive looking into the future. It's just with us going into this austerity budget, I think it's really helping us to not just roll the budget over, but also really look at what our needs are versus what we want, right? So we did stop spending on capital projects that we had planned for out of our capital money through the operational budget this year. We promised people who wanted the capital money, it'll be rolled into next year to look at, but we really just want to try to get a handle on the fact of really reducing the amount of money we're using from our funds in case we do have a cash crunch going forward. So I'm working on the revenue side of it right now. I think Provost Walsh can speak to this as well, but you know, we're also seeing an uptick in Greene County residents coming to the college as well, which is great to see. So it's really exciting things for the future, but just really getting back to the fact of fiscal sustainability and what that means for us in the future in this ever-changing landscape of higher education. So I will be seeing everybody, I think, next month or June. At Columbia. So we did share executive summary of our institutional sustainability plan, and I did email Chairman Bullage if he would like, if he if anybody wants to see a copy of that, we did give that to Columbia County as well. So we felt like we should be doing the same thing for both sides of the river. So absolutely, we can send that over for you to look at and we can come back for questions. And I think this is a great time for us to really open up the fact that if meet more maybe than just once a year at budget time, right? If there's questions that need to be answered or anything, we from the college can come anytime to this forum and answer any questions that anyone has. Or you can always email us as well and reach out. And I just really want to keep this relationship going. It's such a great partnership and Greene County does so much for the college. And I just want us to be transparent and have to know what is fully going on with the picture. In that sustainability plan, just to let you know, is you've probably heard some rumblings around what was going on. The first thing that we offered off of that was we moved 91 retirees off of our current health insurance and onto Medicare, which saved us an initial savings of $500,000. So that was the first thing we looked at because that was our highest cost center. Then we decided to move from there and we went on to do an early retirement buyout for people who were close to the age of retirement so that we could really right size our organization because after speaking with SUNY, they had stated that we were really too top heavy for the amount of students that we had in the college. So we really need to get the right people in the right positions. So we did an early retirement buyout where the majority of the people who took it, which were 11 out of 18, will be retiring in the end of August, the faculty will. And then after that, we did go through the layoffs of 17 people, but we, have been in constant conversation with our unions and holding town halls with them to let them know that that was a one-time thing to right size our organization and have people in the right seats for the right parts moving forwards. We have actually employed a new external programs person who can deal with our prison education program in our college and the high school, which is very vital to us because that's about 38% of our enrollment. And we also hired a dean of health professions to oversee our nursing program. And thankfully, it's went passed through SUNY. We're waiting for it to be passed through its final stages to be able to offer that at the school. We're hoping by the fall of 2025. We're just not sure if that's feasible right now with the time frame that it is. So if not, then we'll either go to a spring or fall start of the following year. But we already have a waiting list on people to join that. So what we'll do from there is also take our non-credit and try to fuse that into a 4-credit sector as far as some sort of kind of nursing programs that we could do to really make the non-credit fuse into the 4-credit and offer, a pathway into traditional schooling as opposed to just finishing off in the non-credit program. And we do have some micro-credentials as well. Once our financial aid is up for renewal, we're also going to apply for it to be able to offer 8-week semesters as opposed to 16-week semesters as well, just so that there's a lot of times when people can't do the full 16 weeks so that we can have that option for people to be able to come back to school. And we're really starting to look at our data and statistics and seeing where the people are that we want to bring into the school for the adult market. So it's really looking well for the future for us, but we just need to claw back and actually look at the bare bones of it and now build ourselves back up that momentum that's there for the college. So did anybody have any questions on the budget piece or anything?
You mentioned the nursing program. We're having a conversation right now with EMS and paramedics and EMTs. Is that something that the college would look into to perhaps?
Provost Walsh is the academic side. I'm the full other side, so I'm
Wasn't sure if that was budget.
I might have already stepped onto her side. She might need to correct me, so I'm just.
No problem.
Welcome later. So while Amanda's trying to save money, I spend money. So we are investing in a lot of new programs. We've actually just started that very conversation about how we provide a pathway for EMT training at the school. We have a very successful police basic training model. So we're hoping we can model that program in a similar way. Because it keeps the students moving through as a cohort and they're much more successful. So yes, we just started those conversations. One of our trustees is very interested in that project and is going to join our think tank on it.
Tori, on something like that, what is the time frame from the conversation moving forward to getting approved from SUNY? What length of time are you looking at when you want to have a new course?
Yeah, that's a great question. Things never move fast once it leaves us, right? But for something like that, because it's a certificate program, it's fairly quick. If we were launching a new degree, that takes a long time because it goes through SUNY, well, it goes through our own internal government structure, then to SUNY, and then to the state. So we would just need to know if there are any specific licensing or if there's a specific program accreditation which can make it take a little longer. But if it's a certificate or a career-related program, it's much quicker and we may not even need to go to them. But we're doing that background work now to see what we actually truly need.
Secondarily too, I know it's budget related, but what are you hearing from the state and your aid that you would receive from the state? You know, the college, the counties contribute and has been steady, but the state percentage has declined through the years. Have you seen anything where you may be getting more aid from the state or more of the responsible aid that they said they would provide, but
Or less.
didn't?
What have you?
Not less.
Yeah, well, we are always in the praying stage with the state. Last year, we asked for an additional $30 million in operating support. And we received $8 million in grant support. So that was not what we intended. The budget right now is in flux. There has been no movement on it. I heard today at a SUNY meeting that perhaps Memorial Day, there might be some kind of answer. But at this point in time, I don't know where we are. I can only tell you that the state of New York is funding us, our community college, at under 14%. I think it's like 13.9 or something like that. We are funded where we were in 2008. The counties are keeping up with your third of the 33% formula, and they're below 14%. So we continue, we have a lobbyist, the community college presidents, we have an organization called the New York Association of Community College Presidents, better known as NICAP. We pooled our funding and hired a lobbyist to go in and bring that to the attention of Governor Hochul and company about, the underfunding of the community college system. We are the economic engines in this state, and that has to be recognized, and we need to be, funded accordingly. So it's a very, very discouraging situation. Our elected officials are totally aware of it. They are behind us 100%. With the amount of money we went in, we were asking for 100 million this year, in the budget to increase, the support for community colleges. There are community colleges in the SUNY system. The award will be made based on FTE. So, we're among the smallest of the community colleges, which means that our portion of the money, should we get 100 million, I don't know what that would, what that translate to, but, it would certainly go a long way, to help us. Anything else?
Is that it from you guys?
That's it.
President Drummer, I would like to say thank you from our board. We came into a little bit of a tumultuous situation with Critical Foundation aid. My perspective, Yannick does appreciate what you've done in your tenure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Lisa Greene. She's our executive director with Cornell Cooperative Extension. She brought some nice treats for us too. So I can tell you they're very good. So if not, I'll be buying them from her.
Mike has been involved with quality control. My board liaison, very true, will be passing out cards. The C&B treats were donated by C&B. They're one of the bounty of the Greene County businesses that we have in the Taste New York store. Also, you'll find a small cookie in there that is from Potter's Table. So those are two things that are created in Greene County that we sell at the store for love. People were very excited to see those. At the Thruway store, yeah, the Taste New York on the Thruway, northbound only. We didn't select that, but that's where we're located. I'm going to pass my cards out in case you don't have them with all my contact information, because we are always looking for new Greene County businesses to bring their products to the market. We help you through the application process. It's a wonderful way for us to look at it as an agritourism, tourism promotion of our local businesses. And they get a lot of additional support from Cornell Cooperative and Ag and Markets. Also, the people that are employed there that are living in Greene County, for example, they're in the New York State retirement system after 5 years. They get our health insurance. So they're really good jobs for people who are looking to work in retail and have a set schedule. We're open 364 days per year. That's all. And so I just want to thank you all and just wanted you to try some of the treats from your neighbors and friends. I believe that we sent out our annual report. If you don't have one, you're going to be in charge of passing items. He's the passing. He's wearing green. He's selected. So this is our annual report. We too are facing some fiscal constraints based on funding streams. So I will ask that if there's anyone who has received, I know that 2 of the communities received revitalization grant funds, to think of us, because Cornell Cooperative Extension, our whole goal is education. So if you are doing work and we can be the educator on that, we've done it for a lot of communities, but I know that Athens and the village of Catskill received some funding. We can do the education for you. We do culverts, we do all sorts, ag, you name the topic. An educator is trained as an educator. The content is for them to learn. So we are looking for additional funding. If we can support internally in our county, that will be wonderful. And I won't be looking at doing any layoffs. And that's my goal. It's also a rather austere budget ourselves. A lot of funding that we were hoping for is not now available. Looking for lots of other streams of funding, being creative. And in light of that, if you guys were looking for ways to spend your time that are educational, enriching, and supporting your cooperative extension, here's the courses that are coming up soon. So in the next coming months, we have, like last night, we offered a berry workshop, which was wonderful for people that live in Greene County, looking at the commodities you can grow on your property that's wooded. So we had a berry expert from Cornell University come talk. We had a wonderful group of people so that people can learn how you can actually do that on your property. It can be an additional thing. You might be a pie maker. You might just sell them in a stand. So we have a lot of really exciting programs coming up that are, I think, each of you might find something fun. So this has Columbia and Greene, because I know that you all can cross the bridge. I know that you do it. So it's fun for you to come over and see sort of what we're doing. So the mushroom series, the shiitake, has anyone here ever gone to the shiitake class? I'm not looking at Mr. Bulich, but it's a wonderful opportunity to learn how people can do back, because, you know, people are very, very interested in these ways to utilize their property. And we, as you know, I think I told you all last year that we planted 2.5 acres of ginseng. Ginseng takes, you guys remember from my last presentation, how long does ginseng take?
7 years.
7, thank you. Close, so you were close. Another way to support us, we're always doing educational programming that supports the development of our programs. We have a plant and seedling sale happening. There will be one both in Columbia and in Greene County next week. And those are plants that you can use for just beautification of your property, as well as indoor, as well as gifts. So that's something that we're very excited. We have a hoop house on our Greene County property that we've been renovating. And so when you come to the sale, you'll see, we've been working on it. We've got a bunch of donations from different members of our Master Gardener community. For those of you in ag, we have Ashley, who's our ag educator, who's absolutely wonderful. She has led, we had a new and beginning farmer program that we offered in Greene County, and we had 18 people come to that, which is exciting because that means people are interested. We also will host the Farm Bureau at our location, but that new and beginning farmer is something we want to continue to cultivate so that people want to grow and green any way you want to imagine that. So for us, it's really wonderful having Ashley on board. She's been with us for about 1.5 years. Our Master Gardener coordinator has also been with us, actually almost 2 years. And our 4-H program manager is hitting 3 years, and our 4-H program is flourishing. So we have always a need for more 4-H club leaders. Did anybody raise their hand? Anyone? So always need more 4-H club leaders, but what we're able to do now is what's called a 4-H independent membership. So those folks can do be it an after school program. We push in and do education. We're doing some over in Becky today is doing something in, I forget where her activity. She's doing the cooking class for an independent 4-H group over on the western side of the county. Sorry, I can't remember where she is, but she's out there cooking some rice and vegetables with young people so they learn how to eat healthy. So 4-H, Master Gardener, and agro, the three programs that where your funding it goes to. Also, we have our agroforestry center where for that, we work with the Watershed Ag Council and we offer education. We do programming there to demonstrate forestry practices that are both sustainable and can help all landowners become more productive with their land. We additionally now go to the other three model forests. So there's one in Putnam County, there's one in Delaware County, and there's one at Frost Valley, which I think is in Sullivan County. So we go out and we educate and show people how to do the different processes. So we offer game of logging safety courses, all to keep people utilizing their property and their woods in a way that is safe for them, healthy for them, and has longevity. We're looking for ongoing ways to connect with you guys in your town. So if you have events happening, let us know, because sometimes we'll have a club that will want to come. We also can host you at our facility, at our 143-acre facility that we have, which is many of you, if you did EAD Day here, Environmental Awareness Day, over the last 60 years, we hosted it, and we still do. We'll be having it in a couple of weeks. So it's a really exciting time. It's a little time we're a bit nervous fiscally, but we have been running on an austerity budget. So here in the community college, I will reach out to them because prior to this job for 25 years, I worked in higher ed running adult, graduate, and military programs. So I want to reach out with them and kind of share that I hadn't heard kind of where they were at. And the funny thing, point of interest about me is in 1989, I took a class there. Very strange. If anyone else took this, marine biology. We went for 3 weeks to community college, and my dad was a Columbia County resident. I wasn't here, sliding under my dad lived there for a very long time. But then we went to Cape Cod for 3 weeks. So this was what was considered, this summer class where you kind of figure out how to get those credits so you can graduate. And it was one of the best experiences I had in my academic career. And I was going to school out of state. And so the community college is really vital. We have partnered a lot, but doing their talk, I think there's some other ways that we can kind of help one another out. I taught for 20 years, and I think that can really help us just think about our two counties working together in a time when things are kind of uncharted, and this will be flexible and collaborative. Are there any questions?
Lisa, I just wanted to point out, I don't want to give Patty Austin, our tourism director, another job, but gonna have some prime real estate off of the thruway and something like this.
Yes.
A partnership with Cornell Cooperative Extension on events like this on the front lawn there.
Yeah.
Would be
We
nice
would
for
love
County.
to be able to have,
1,000 cars a day, that's like.
yeah. Is there gonna be like a large, like a rolling, scrolling screen
Well,
or?
no, I think there's that gazebo, isn't there?
There's a gazebo that's covered, it's not totally tight, but it's open air.
Okay, we're outdoorsy people. Look at me, I wore my green
There
flannel.
will eventually be a touch screen.
Oh, wonderful.
Make that front door when you go in.
Yes.
That'll be wonderful, because so much of what we are doing is those folks that are coming here, it's agro-tourism, it's it's edutainment, it's, come and learn this. It's educational, it's fun, it's green, and that's wonderful.
But programs like the seed sale, that would be perfect for a
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, in our Naples this year, we had several hundred people come, and what we're learning in our traffic that we review, half of it are our lovely community members, and the other half are people that literally will say, I was just looking online and I wanted something to do, and I'm scrolling, and then I saw this and I saw other things in Greene County and it looked cool. I'm like, it's great. That's actually really great, because that means that they then tell their friends, hey, I came to Greene County to do, a day trip or a weekend, but then I saw all these other really enriching things that go on in the county. So thank you. I'll connect with her. That's exciting.
I will say the folks out at the, out in Acre and over across the river, everybody is so excited about what they do.
Yeah.
And you can feel the passion when they talk about what they do. But you offer so many things, like Matt said, let's get them advertised. I love the scrolling screen. People come in from out of town, they want what to do, and there you are,
Yeah.
so, and I'm just excited about everything that you've talked about.
Thank you. It's a joy. The first few years are hard, when you're new in a position, kind of seeing who really is in the game, really wants to play on the team, really wants to work well on the team. And should they be a star on the team? And I feel 100% confident in our entire team. And it took some people wanted to leave because they really had different ideas, or they were, wanting to go into the private sector. And working in an extension, our entire mission is education to support the health and wellness of our counties through ag, through gardening, through parenting. Our parenting, work is keeping families together. So it's a joy to do it. And we thank you. And thank you for your leadership, because it has been exceptional to see sort of the shift. Like everyone that's here now, I'll be very upset if they leave. Some people, when I first joined, I was sort of like, this really isn't where they're ready to be, And when I was more junior in my career, I'm sure people said that about me. So not now, but you're trying to figure out where you're going. And during the initial COVID years, a lot of folks came to us right from being at a college where they did everything online and that interpersonal. And if we're about extending and working with humans, you have to be into the humans and the animals and the plants.
The direction that you're taking it now is far beyond where anybody would have thought it could have gone. And so,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your cards. I'm going to leave the extra. And please support us by sending us more businesses that want to, small producers. They get to go all the way through Cornell and they have that support to make their product at an end game. Going to Geneva, New York. When I first got the job, guys, they said, you're going to go to Geneva on an educational trip. And of course, I didn't realize it was Geneva, New York at first. And I was like, wow. But it was still a great trip. And that's an excellent opportunity. So thank you all. Anytime you want to come on next Tuesday at 6 p.m. is our board meeting. They're open. Love to have you. If you want to tour the facilities, also would always enjoy that. Thank you very much.
Lisa, just a quick question too. I'm not sure if people are aware of it. Cornell Cooperative Extension, along with Cornell University, they do a lot of, they may have to approve the recipe for these types of
Yes.
pastries. I'll give you an example, mushrooms, bottled pickled mushrooms. You have to send that recipe. They make sure all the ingredients meet the standards of safety, food safety, and then they send that back. And it's really not a big cost to businesses that are looking to do these things. And that's one of the main things that, along with the college, the university out there, it flows through the cooperative extensions. And
Thank you,
so-
Mike. On the Cal side, so we report up, and when we go to Agritech in Geneva, New York, we learned, I got to see the largest destoner ever. It destoned cherries at like 1,000 a minute. And it then showed people that how are you going to make that jam? How is it going to be shelf stable? And how does it then come back to you as your grandmother's recipe, as your recipe? And how do you reproduce that ongoing in different conditions? So that's a lot of the professional development that our store manager gets, myself, our ag educator, they take courses so they can go out and meet with you and say, okay, there's a tremendous amount of jam, but is there any uniqueness in your jam? People are very into rhubarb. It's rhubarb time, but people don't not necessarily in their recipes understand how to do that on a larger scale and scale it up. So we do that. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Anybody got anything else?
There's more cards, please eat them. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Lisa.
much.
thank you very much.
All right, we just have, this one resolution to come before us, and this is appointment to our Workforce Development Board. Need a motion on that? Hobart, True and Hobart, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. Anything else come before County Resources?
Just a question about the Workforce Development Board. I think that there is got an extension at the college. Use that space.
Yes, it's highly outlined. Their exercise is sustainability. Business plan. They feel that they can no longer support the workforce development board. Not providing any kind of services for payroll and that kind of stuff. So I've been meeting with Columbia County and the college and workforce board members. What they would like to get out of the media is called the financial side of the operation, which is a smaller aspect of it. Maintaining the location of the workers in the college so that there's a connection between people who are trying to advance careers, get back into the workforce, et cetera. So we're looking at possibility of merging the financial operations with the Greene County We're Albany. That I have basically joined a consortium. So they have a single unit that does all this administrative work. So from an economy of scale standpoint, Canada, a small county, a Columbia Green connection wouldn't be much to the organization. And it relieves the college of the in-kind contribution they have been providing for, gosh, I don't know, 20 years. It just got too much for them, and their whole focus on sustainability. We're in a division that's costing us money, then we got to reevaluate that. So that I expect some action this probably by summertime.
Well, Sean, like Sean said, he's absolutely right. If it's not working and it's costing you money, they have to look at it. Hopefully they come up with some type of solution. Move forward.
But the trustees, Charlie's original hope was to be out of this on June 30th. But the trustees said, wait, that's just too fast to move. Right. So if you could still do it in 90 days, great, but the workforce board had no home to go to between now and May 30th. That they would be willing to step it up. And the workforce board itself thinks it's time to move on and find a new partner. So it just could be, it's not going to be a divorce with this operation.
Like we said, there is commencement at the college. Sean, I believe, is gonna have to be up on stage and say a few words.
Yes, I will be addressing the graduates, 249 graduates, I believe it is. 47 of them, I think it's 47 of them are from Greene. 79 of them are from Greene. 47 of them have taken advantage of the Green Light program over the years. Pretty impressive statistics that they gave me. I'm not the keynote speaker. They like it every year, like they have an alternating member from each county come in and just speak. So I asked, can you give me some factoids? Let me have some fun here, maybe a little bit about some statistics at the college, the kids who are graduating, how many are honor students, how many are at 3.25, how many 3.5, how many are going on to future colleges, who's going into any kind of entrepreneurial program. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun.
All right, everybody. Nothing else? Motion to close?
Oh, we got an action item.
Oh. Did we vote on?
No,
We did? Yeah. I didn't write it down. Okay. I was eating. Okay. Okay.
Motion to close. I need a motion to close. Chairman Linger. Second. Lucas. They're closed. Second. Public safety to order at 6:48. Anyone do 911 center first? Got a lot to send it on. Okay.
I do not have a lot today because inadvertently I did not bring the numbers, last month's numbers with me. I know you're disappointed about that, but I did want to just say real quick, tomorrow New York State is going to be pushing out an ad campaign for signing up for New York Alert. We run one alert system to notify residents of emergencies in the county. We use a regroup system. The state uses New York Alert. I think the village of Saki still uses their own system. And getting information out to the public has always been a challenge. People don't like New York Alert because it requires you to sign up for a New York Gov ID. Hopefully everybody here has it, but the campaign going out tomorrow is going to be a text to sign up. What people can do is they will simply text the word Greene to this 6-digit code, and then you'll be signed up for any emergency alert that get pushed out through New York Alert within Greene County. Now it's limited to severe weather events, significant utility impacts, and transportation incidents that are going to be like travel bans or gridlocks, not other things. if people want to get more detailed alerts for things, such as every little road closure, you still have to sign up through the state system, for New York alerts. So, there's just something interesting just to help us get emergency alerts out. And then for me, for tonight, there's just two resolutions on, and these are just the two grants, the PSAP grant and the SICG grant. The PSAP grant goes towards the 911 center workstations. And then the SICG grant is what we get every year to continue the tower building project communications upgrades. So, questions?
Dan, why don't you give an update on the possible tower, you mentioned towers now, and where you are and
On the story
Story.
tower. So this, right, the story tower, we went out to do the visual assessment, meaning we want to make sure that we do have line of sight from the other towers to that site. Mapping shows that it all works, but I don't trust mapping completely, so we always go out and do a visual. However, when we went out to do it, by the time we got the balloons up, started getting hazy, so it's a 13-mile run from that site to the High Hill site, and we're down to 9-mile visibility. So we have to wait for a clear morning and go out to another balloon test. Once that proves out, then we'll proceed with the geotech. We'll drill the hole, see what the soils are like, what kind of foundation, what kind of tower we have to build. Hopefully get that put out.
Dan, where's that location?
On 32, actually in Saugerties, just over the county line, into the town of Saugerties on the edge of one of Story Farms fields. Any questions?
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
And Mike, that was a change, original location, which was behind, Allenville's firehouse at the time. But it would have been kind of right in the middle of.
Good evening, everybody. We'll start with the numbers. We had 60 civil attempts, served 12 civil papers, issued 251 traffic tickets, investigated 10 traffic accidents. In a busy month, we made 69 arrests, including 2 DWI arrests. We handled 623 calls for service and made 508 traffic stops. On April 1st, the starting jail population was 38. As of April 30th, it was 40. The high for the month being 42. Corrections officers did 20 transports traveling 995 miles, totaling 48 hours, moving 26 inmates. And we currently have 7 state-ready inmates in our custody. Now, this Monday, New York State docs started accepting state-ready inmates, but it appears that they're only going to take 75 a week.
statewide.
And we have all the sheriff's offices have over 2,000. It's going to be a bit. A lot of order.
After how many days can we end with?
10. We tried to approach legislators about increasing the cost, and it just hasn't changed. But we met with no results there. All right, we're in the process of hiring 4 more corrections officers from docs. 2 have already been approved. We have 4 more candidates to fill the remaining openings. I do plan on opening our remaining pod and bringing our female inmates back and having the COs resume inmate transports within the next few months. I also had to put an additional SPO at the front door here to assist with the influx of people at DMV to get the real IDs. A little bit of a.
You know, Sheriff, when I walk the building, the training that those guys have got, they are helping out the DMV stuff so much, you know, especially, many people, they don't understand the process of forms and what have you. They got it down pat. They really do the basics. They do. It helps out so much.
Hopefully that'll stop as the deadline was today. I understand half the people haven't gotten it done yet, so listen. Lastly, I do want to mention that, we're participating in a Tunnel to Towers Foundation home dedication ceremony at 1 o'clock on May 21st in Round Top. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation will be giving a smart home to U.S. Army Specialist Michael Gaynor, who was severely injured in Iraq. The home was built at 7 Blackhead Mountain Road, and Fox Media will be on site filming the event. We will be providing a color guard and taking care of traffic control for them. Round Top Fire is coordinating fire departments and arranging for a ladder truck to display the American flag at that thing. So you're all welcome. I believe you'll get a flyer. Yes.
Frank gonna be there? Frank gonna be there? Frank still.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We've been contacted by several people. Should be a pretty decent sized event.
Yeah.
The one resolution you have on tonight for my office is authorizing Deputy Chuck Ryan to travel to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the field certification portion of his drug recognition expert training. There'll be no cost to the county whatsoever for that, as the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is paying for his lodging, meals, and salary.
Sheriff, for the rise in the arrest maybe for next month. Are those like petty crimes or are they felonies? Any idea what this might contribute to increase?
That's a hard one. I'd have to look for each one, but there's a lot of petty crimes in there. A lot more kills, if you will. There's a lot of stuff being moved through our county. Nicer weather for a while and probably slow down this month.
Sheriff, on, pistol permits, the sheriff's issued, pistol permits, what, the certification or re-registration every, 3 years or
So
through the state?
it got changed from, so it's 3 if you're carry and 5 if you're not, but that's in flux because it's unconstitutional. It's been deemed by the Supreme Court not to be a valid restriction.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get everybody to recertify. Before you make an amendment, we'll make sure you're recertified. That's done through the state. You can do it right through the state police website. And you can check on your own, just to go to New York State Police, go to firearms, scroll down to check my certification. You'll need your last 4 of your social security number and your DMV client ID number. Actually, I think I did a couple. For a couple.
Do you get notified though from them if people are out of their certification?
No, and some counties, actually are revoking. Some counties are revoking people for not making that recertification.
Really?
Mine doesn't have an expired. When you get a new card, we will print the date on it. That's the other thing. They changed it once it was 3 days. In those days, 5 to 3. So some of those dates are wrong if your card is over.
Right. That's actually, this is for CSC or for the sportsman license? And.
Concealed carry. So it's,
That's right, for CSC. Yeah.
which
So-
there should really be a.
I agree.
Yeah. You have a permit, you have a permit.
No.
According to the Supreme Court.
Well, you should, Sheriff said the easiest thing is definitely to visit the state police website. Do it right there.
Yeah, a lot of the, older people and senior citizens, if they don't have access to a computer, they can come into our office.
That's good to know.
So if your pistol, let's say somebody has a pistol permit that's expired in March.
We're asking for a friend. Asking for a friend.
On tonight and have them.
Have them hop on
Have them
tonight.
hop on tonight and hit recertify.
I'll make sure they do that.
Yeah.
About September of last year.
Same,
So,
same.
At some point, when you can't do it online, you have to come into our office and we will do it by paper for you, which can be done. Just, some people just don't know. They were never.
like Matt, no.
personally has that.
Person has that problem.
Question for you though, has the Sheriff's Association made any headway as far as like non-residents or pushing legislation or requesting it from the state? Like you go to Pennsylvania, it's still 5 years. And they have reciprocity with 12 or 16 states. Why is New York just New York? We don't honor anybody
We
else.
don't honor.
Well, you can tell you're good for 30.
That's, unfortunately, the current legislative body is guiding that. We're fighting. It would be nice to have reciprocity with states.
You can go to Vermont, it's open carry state.
Wish I could,
Trade line.
wish I could help that one.
We're getting that. I mean, that's similar to New Jersey.
If you're a certified police officer in New York, you can go to.
We're going to Jersey.
Start work, minimal, very small portion. You come here and we don't accept them. Pretty much, almost retrain them.
Charlie, you're losing control. Oh, that's not Charlie.
Thanks, me.
Thank you. You did wake up. See, that's why you don't know what's going on.
How many carbs did you eat today?
Okay, moving on to the proposed action item. Number one, authorize out-of-state travel, DRE training, Deputy Chuck Ryan.
Handle.
Oh, committee?
Yeah, sounds like it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Reappointing members of DWI Board of Directors. I'll move that.
Second.
Lincoln Linder, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number three, establishing capital project number 164, Public Safety Answering Point Grant, 2024.
Handle.
Davis and Handle, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Establishing capital project number 165, 2024, statewide interoperable communication.
Martinez.
Handle.
Martinez and Handle, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number five, budget amendment, insurance recovery, Greene County Sheriff.
Martinez.
Martinez and Davis, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Anything else to bring before?